Hello and welcome to a Homespun House. My name is Molly and I am the creator behind a Homespun House, and I feel overjoyed to be back talking with you about the things that I have been making and doing for what feels like a very, very long time. I'm not even sure when I last filmed one of these creative journals to let you all know what I've been doing, what I've been up to. We had an amazing Christmas break. The girls had 2 full weeks off of school and it was so nice. I always have such a hard time. I wouldn't say a hard time, that's an exaggeration, but I never enjoy sending them back to school. I would love to keep them around all the time. And yeah, we really enjoyed our break together. And for those of you who watched, we filmed every single day of Vlogmas for our Patreons. I think we put 8 videos out on YouTube for those of you who aren't Patreons to hopefully enjoy and watch. And it was a lot of fun to do. We're still continuing to do vlogs, of course, for Patreon, at least 3 a week, about 3 a week. And that's been really fun to continue. I feel like when we were only doing Vlogmas, it felt so strange to just suddenly stop vlogging and, have that be that. So it's really fun to be able to continue vlogging and just creating outside content other than video journals or podcasts for you guys. So there is some very, very big news for a Homespun House, and that is that I am retiring, I would say 2/3 of every single colorway that I've ever dyed for a Homespun House. I went down in my studio one evening to look for some yarn combinations for my friend Tanya, and in this moment, I realized that a lot of the colorways need to go. I really want to refresh the Homespun House palette. I want to dye brand new colors, which I've done. I think I have 4 new colorways that will be coming out probably sometime next week. And all of those colors that are in the shop that I've dyed in the past, like I said, 2/3 of them will never ever be coming back again. So if there is something that you see in the shop that you have been wanting for a while, it most likely is the last time that it's going to be there. New colorways is what's to come, and I'm so excited. It seems like the new colorways that I've dyed are super deep and mysterious, and other than one. So 3/4, but I've had a lot of fun dyeing them. And they all just so far have looked really beautiful together, and I think it's a really good change. So that is huge news that a lot of colorways are going to be gone. There are going to be some things that I won't even be able to share with you because I gifted so many things since I last recorded a video journal that I won't be able to share with you. I knit my dad a pair of socks out of our 3 Libras colorway. It looks so fantastic. By the way, that colorway will not be staying in the shop. If it's one that you want, go ahead and get it. There might be 12 skeins of that left in the shop. And I knit my mom a mystery knit along shawl, which is still called the mystery knit along. It's still written as a mystery knit along. In this first week of January, while my children are back at school, I will be going ahead and rewriting that pattern as though it's just a standard pattern and there will be normal photographs in there. So I am wearing this right now. There are kits for this in the shop. It is and was such a fun project to work on. Every week of Advent, all of you people who were knitting the pattern received a new clue. And the first clue was first snow, then we have mistletoe, roasting chestnuts, and winter's eve. So it was such a fun knit. Like I said, kits for this are in the shop right now. You can decide if you'd like mohair, if you don't want mohair. It uses up pretty much every scrap. You probably have about probably 5-6 grams of yarn left over from each colorway. So just enough to do a pretty little stripe in your blanket, or add a square to something, stripy socks, anything. So I currently have kits ready to ship for this in the shop, like I said, with mohair, without mohair. And I'm thinking, after I finish recording today, I'm going to head down into the studio and dye up maybe 2 or 3 more different colorway combinations. So these are all one of a kind, specifically for this shawl. The colors that I'm dyeing for these kits will not be available outside of the kits, just as a heads up. You don't have to use the kits for this shawl. You can use it for whatever you would like. Another shawl, some socks, a pullover. But yeah, this is such a fun knit. I'm really excited and proud of it. And I hope that those of you who decided to knit along with us loved knitting it. The feedback that I heard was so encouraging. I didn't have one person say anything bad about it. It seemed like everyone really enjoyed, and this added so much fun and relaxation to their Christmas time, holiday, Advent season. So this is definitely something that I will be doing every single year. I gifted the other one to my shawl, and then I gifted the third sample to a friend of mine. I gifted the other one to my mom. I did not gift the other one to a shawl. Another thing that I knit are these socks. We did a dark crystal yarn club this 4th quarter of the year, and this is the final sock set that was shipped out into the world. To those of you who joined, we have Thraw, which is the cuff and the toe. And then we have Dream Fasting. I love the way these knit up. I think that they're so beautiful. So I had to knit a pair of socks out of them. And I'm so pleased with the way that these turned out. This might be a little bit of what the new colorways have in store for the shop. Like I said, you'll be seeing that in this coming week. I have not recreated this yarn. I've had a bit of people asking for it. I haven't. The next pair of socks that I finished are our Whobilation colorway. So this was a new colorway that came this year to a Homespun house. It is knit out of our brand new gold stellina base, which I will probably start dyeing next month. I love it so much. It's the same as our soft sock base, just with gold stellina in it, our new soft sock base. So I think you guys will really, really enjoy it. And then I have Double Dare as the cuff and the toe. Can you guys see that I've really been enjoying doing those contrasting cuffs and toes? But yeah, so Whobilation, it's such a fun colorway. I love the way that it did these really fun stripes here. So these are for myself. I'll be saving them for next Christmas. And I wanted to get a good start on 2020's Advent gifts. Every single Sunday of Advent, there are 4 of them, I give my children some handmade gifts by me. And they pretty much always get a pair of socks as one of those. So I started to knit Ruby's socks. I'm doing the blueberry waffle socks. This is actually the same exact pattern that I did for their Advent socks this year. I used our colorway Gingerbread House. But this year I decided to do Holly Jolly Christmas out of, again, Stellina. I have Ruby's first sock done with a contrasting Double Dare, and Polly, which is this absolutely beautiful, in my opinion, red. And I really think it's such a fun touch, the pink and the red together. And then I'll do my eldest daughter's cuff red and toe pink. So I've started the second sock on this, and I have this sweetest ever Progress Keeper from Simply Serving, this little stocking with the teddy inside. I love to use what to me are childlike charms. When I knit things for my girls, it adds a bit of magic to my knit. So this is my Progress Keeper, and I would like to get this sock finished soon. I was really into knitting these, and then I started knitting on my Dream Fasting socks here because the girls were around a lot. They were around 2 weeks on winter break, Christmas break. And I couldn't knit the Advent socks in front of them because this yarn is way too pretty and way too glittery for me to be working on and not have the girls ask, who are those for? What yarn is that? Which is why I chose this yarn. It calls their name out. So yeah, I had to start something else, and so these were put just kind of on the side for a little bit. I have been collecting some Simply Serving charms. I love Lindsay. She puts up vlogs every now and again, and she created our Hyuga charms for our little box of Hyuga that came out this December. This beautiful Advent candle. I used this pretty much the whole time I knit my mystery Advent shawl. So I have the candle. What do I have in here? I have this beautiful hot cocoa with a little biscuit inside. I'm sure I'm too far away for you to even see these, but this came along with Lindsay's Hyuga box. We have a Winter Wonderland box of Hyuga, which is sold out. I'm sorry to even be mentioning all of these things because they're not even available. But Lindsay will also be making our charms for our Harry Potter yarn club. There are still a couple spots left for those. I decided to do it this time in a monthly style because I know that there are so many people who love Harry Potter. I've had so many times over the past years that I've done Harry Potter clubs, people saying, please stop just doing a 3-month club subscription. We would love to have a single month subscription. There's no way I can commit to 3 months. I don't have the funds to do that. I would love to do a 1 month at a time. So that's what I'm doing now. You can choose if you'd like to do it by month. So January is almost sold out. February's is in the shop now, or you can choose if you'd like January, February, and March. And I have no doubts when it comes to Simply Serving. I think Lindsay is a master at what she does. Everything she sculpts is so beautiful. When she sends me little prototype photographs or videos, I'm always so excited by the little details that she has, the ideas that she has, the input. So I think you guys are going to really enjoy this first charm. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about it. I think the yarn is going to be beautiful. I haven't dyed it yet. I will be working on that this week, as those clubs will be shipping next week. So you don't have that much longer to sign up for it. And yeah, so I'm really excited to be now collaborating with Simply Serving. Very exciting. The next pair of socks that I'm going to be casting on are also out of our little box of Hyuga yarn, which is where that candle came from. And this is our Hyuga colorway. It's a one-of-a-kind, just like the dark crystal colorway, Gemütlichkeit sock set, and it came with this beautiful tonal. And here's another tonal. Robert saw this yarn and his jaw dropped to the floor, and he said that he needs something out of it. So I'm going to be knitting him socks with this. And I will be doing the same thing that I did for Ruby's socks, where I have the pink cuff and the red toe with this, except with these colors. They'll be different, and I know Robert will absolutely love that. So these will be cast on soon. However, I should probably continue talking about socks because that's where I've been talking this whole time, but I'm not going to because that thought has led me to somewhere else. So however, I will not cast those on because I have picked up again my Marley Shawl by Andrea Mowry, which is something that I honestly wondered if I would finish at all. I don't even know why. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm knitting it out of our Unicorn Dust colorway. That will be staying. I'm pretty positive that will be staying. I feel like it's just great for all seasons. It will be beautiful in the summer. And then I have Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, which I don't think this colorway will be staying. I love it. There's a lot of it in the shop right now. But I don't know. I really, really don't know. This is a colorway that I'm still deciding. So Weasley's Wizard Wheezes and then Unicorn Dust. I'm knitting this on singles. And you guys, every time I pick this up, I think to myself, why am I not knitting more things on singles? Why? Why? It makes for such a fun, beautiful, plump fabric. It's just so soft and stunning and plump. And of course, I have a cat loaf on here. Isn't that just the sweetest? A homemade loaf of bread shaped like a cat. By Nonetheless, kid you not, of course, the master herself. Lindsay, I know you're shaking your head and blushing. Lindsay of Simply Serving. Love this charm. So, I have something else in this basket that is just so horrible to share with you guys, but I kept one of these apple kringle hard lotion bars that Tuft Woolens did for my, I don't even remember what this club was. It was some sort of a club. I can't remember, I'm so sorry, but it came with some beautiful yarn and it was a one-of-a-kind thing. And this is, I love this, the chai. I have that one with me too. But this, those of you who received it, I think you're so lucky. I hope that you loved it. I kept one for myself. I think in the fall time, I'm going to have to beg Martha of Tuft Woolens to make some specifically for my shop because this was a special request made for me and it is heaven. So that is in here. I probably should put one right now. It's funny, we were at our friend Heidi's house. She's making a cookbook called Baking Without. It will be coming out this spring, which is so exciting. And I was over by the children and Robert was in the kitchen with Heidi and her husband, and I had come up into the kitchen and I was like, whoa, what are you making right now? That smells amazing. And then her children came up and they were like, what's going on? This smells so great. And we took a little while and Robert was like, I just put some hand lotion on. Maybe that's what it is. And of course it was the apple clean hand lotion. So I don't know if I know I said this was the Marley Shawl, but it is by Andrea Mowry. Something that I'm wearing right now that you guys might be interested in is my everyday cardigan. This is a pattern on Ravelry by myself, knit out of our Nurture colorway. If you watch my vlogs, if you see me on Instagram, I'm wearing this pretty much all the time. It is so warm, it is so cozy. There are two sizes for this pattern. I'm wearing the smallest size and I am dyeing up kits in the shop and having a lot of fun. I'm thinking I'm going to dye up some yarn this week to make another one for myself. But I have no idea what color. I don't know if I would wear a color more than Nurture. I don't know. I feel like a really pretty rusty color would be nice. Like something like this could be really, really beautiful. This is a new tonal that I've been playing around with and wondering if I want to have in the shop. I think it's really beautiful, but I think I would like something a little bit more orangey than that. Back to socks. I don't know if I shared with you these socks. I know I spoke about them many times, but I don't know if I shared that they were finished. They are. I haven't seen my grandma since Christmas, so I need to give these to her when I see her next. And featuring another Simply Serving Progress Keeper of the Grinch, I have my Advent socks. So this is a yarn by the Cozy Knitter. Each sock has 24 stripes in it. And these were so much fun to knit. I knit these in a way that I've never ever knit socks before. I used our Lincoln colorway up here as the cuff and the toe. And I think it pairs really beautifully. I'm really, really happy with the way that that looks together. So what I did differently with these is I just knit a tube because I wanted to be sure to get all 24 stripes. And now I'm going to do a true afterthought heel where I'm just going to have to cut in for the heel. I've never done that before. I just have to take my cuckoo clock. I just have to take some good time to watch a tutorial. I'm going to do the Kirby Werby. That one seems to be definitely the most highly recommended. And do those afterthoughts. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use Lincoln again. I think it contrasts really nicely, and I just think it goes really well. So I need to find where I put the rest of my Lincoln. Oh, I also want to mention, going back to my Marley Shawl, I'm going to be knitting this a little bit differently than the pattern calls for. You knit to a specific number in your brioche. I'm just going to knit until these 2 skeins of yarn are completely gone, with a little bit left, of course, so that I can get across my row. And then I'm going to do, well, I guess this should go up here. And then I'm going to do my border in Disco Taco. So this colorway will be the border of this. And I just think it will pair really, really nicely with both sides. I'm not going to do any marling, which is how you do it in the pattern with 2 different colors. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to use Disco Taco. I don't want to open 2 skeins of yarn just to use 2 halves of yarn. I'm just going to hold the front and the beginning and the end of Disco Taco together. And I think it will look really pretty. I think this will be a really fun, poppy, punchy shawl. I can definitely see it being something that the girls love, although it's going to be huge. It's going to be really, really big. This is my favorite side. I just think it's so, so pretty. The girls have been in ice skating lessons every week, so that has been really, really fun and such a joy to watch. I'm able to go ice skating with, Elodie has her class and then Ruby has her class after Elodie, and I'm able to ice skate, free skate the entire time with Elodie while Robert takes class with Ruby. So that's been quite a joy in the week. I've really, really enjoyed doing that. I have been trying to get in touch with a piano teacher in the area so that Elodie can start taking piano lessons. We have acquired a piano in our home, and we've had it for quite some time. I don't know if I've ever spoken about it, but we've had it for quite a few months now. And maybe even half a year, I don't know. And anyway, so we'd really like to take piano lessons, and I can't wait for that to begin. I think it will be something really fun. She really enjoys sitting at the piano and making up her own music, which she's slowly started to get more of an ear for, and that's really, really fun to hear. I have plans of doing some making, doing a bit of knitting. I would love to work on my Marley Shawl and get that finished. I can't imagine finishing it this week, but that would be pretty exciting. I'm looking over here at the piano and I am seeing that my plants desperately need to be watered. We used to have all of our plants over here on a little banister that Robert made, and for Christmas I put all of the Christmas ornaments there and moved all of them up to the piano, and they have been neglected and forgotten, and I need to immediately water those when this is finished. So that's a plan for today. I'm hungry. I'm going to go and make some lunch, clean this up here, and go downstairs and dye up all of those new, super fun Mystery Advent, yet to be named and photographed shawl I hope that you all had a wonderful Christmas holiday season, whichever holiday you celebrate or do not celebrate. I hope that your December was fantastic and that your January has started off wonderfully. I will see you all soon. Bye.